Hey everyone, welcome back to Purpose and Plans. So on today's video, we're going to be going through my 2026 planner lineup. And just as a disclaimer, some of this may still change, but as of today, this is what I'm going with. And so we shall see once we get really good into the new year. So let's go ahead and get started. In no rank order, I'm going to go through my planners that I'm using. And I don't think I've done any streamlining of my planners. I've just made a couple of changes. Actually, I'm going to start here. So for some of you, you may know I have been in my personal rings planner for quite a while. I love it. And for some reason, I'm just deciding that I'm going to give rings a break for no particular reason, except that I just have some other planners and notebooks that I want to use. So in order for me to use them, I have to stop using something else. So this was the Notique planner that I was currently in, and this is going to be the last month I'm going to be using this planner. So it is time to say goodbye. And, goodbye 2025, hello 2026. So I'm going to start using this cloth and paper spiral notebook that I received in my subscription box. I've got a lot of subscription things, and I decided that in 2026 that I was going to use what I have. I did not buy any new planners, no new inserts, no new covers. I used strictly what I had. I had a lot of stuff that had not been used, things that were still sitting in bags, things that were still in the little clear covers and things. So I just thought, this is crazy. I need to go ahead and start using my stuff. So I'm going to be using this 2026 cloth and paper spiral notebook. I just put this together today. At first, I wasn't going to use this, and then I decided that I will give it a try. I haven't been in a spiral notebook in quite a while as far as planning goes, like my actual daily planner, but I'm going to give this a try. And I don't like these. I don't like this kind of spiral thing. They're too flimsy for me. Anyway, I digress. This is what I'm using for my 2026 planner. I'm going to bring you all in, and I love it. I can honestly say I do love it. I don't have a pen holder yet. I need to get one, but I pulled this from my subscription box, previous subscription boxes. I think this came in the October subscription box, but I am loving the aesthetic. And so this is motivating me enough to go ahead and give this spiral planner a try. I'm trying to make sure I stay in camera. All right. I've got some things I need to slide over. Okay. All right. So some of you may have seen the subscription notebook already, so I'm not going to go ahead and give an overview, but I went ahead and added the dividers that came in with this. Really nice, very thin. I do like them. I went ahead and put all of them in, so they are in there and I'm ready to go. I plan to use this as my daily planner, and I'm gonna be doing somewhat of hybrid planning between this one and another planner. I haven't decided yet, so bear with me. But I'm going to use this section as my category section that I was using in my Erin Condren academic planner. I don't plan to get rid of my Erin Condren academic planner yet, because I just need to have some stability in my planner system before I just switch out all of my planners. That's just me. But I'm going to basically duplicate what I put in my Erin Condren here, and then provide any basic things, parties, of course, dates. I don't really need to do the bills due. I have bills due every month, multiple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is certainly not enough for me, unless it's like a month, like some kind of subscription. But anyway, this section down here, the bills due, is like the least functional section because my bills are like this long. But anyway, I'm going to be using this. I really like it. The color paper is pretty nice. And I am going to, I think, use the sidebar to track my steps. I think I haven't counted these, but I do want to track my steps. One of the things that I'm not getting in this planner that I had in my spiral planner was the fact that I could track things. You know, I had my trackers in here, I was tracking my steps, and I could totally kind of come up with the way to do that. But for right now, I'm just going to use this here. And I also wear my watch and it's on my iPhone, so it's not that big of a deal. And then I am going to use the notes section for brain dump, things like that. Any meals, things like that that I want to try, things that I'm just tracking for the month, meals, maybe something that I saw, wanted to get, things like that. And then, of course, just the regular week on pages, which I do like. My previous everyday planner was a horizontal layout, so it's not going to be too much of a shift for me. I love that I do get to list some things here and then have some extra space to write other things, which could be I could put a tracker here or maybe write down our meals, workouts, stuff like that. This is very functional. I do like it. One of the things that I did in the back of the planner is that it comes with contacts. It comes with contacts sheets in the back. And I don't ever keep my contacts in my planner. It's just I'm not going to rewrite them every single planner. I have a separate contacts planner or notebook, I should say. So I took those papers out. I took those inserts out and I went ahead and just added the notes page because this planner, the rings are not that big for the amount of things that I have in here. And of course, the decor here on the front chunks it up, and I don't think there's much space for anything else in this planner. So this is what I'm using for 2026 as my everyday, and I'm pretty excited about it. I haven't been in a spiral planner for quite some time, so we shall see how it goes. I have to admit, I do plan to get a cover for this one. At least I'm thinking. I really like how it looks by itself, but I need some protection here. I don't baby my planners at all. I throw them in my bag. I need something. I do have, this is an old uh, band here, and I could use this. This is from Erin Condren, and it works as well. So this might be good like that. And I like that little pop of color. That's pretty nice too. So this is my everyday planner that I'm going to be using for 2026 to keep up with my daily plans. Mostly it's a weekly spread, but I'm going to use it more on as a daily planner. And we'll see how that goes. So that's what I'm using for my everyday planner. Now I'm going to show you, which you have seen this before as well. This is my master planner, I call it. It's the command center. Basically, this is the Erin Condren, and let's take some stuff out. And this is what I have been using as my main, like my master planner, basically. And it has worked out really good. I do love it. And one of the things I like about using an academic planner, something that I learned as far as using the academic planner, is that usually at the end of the year, we want to change planners. But I like that with the academic planner, it takes me all the way until, what is this? It takes me all the way until September next year. So while I may be making other changes to my system, this one is doing what it needs to do. This is like my planner that provides stability to all of the systems, provides stability to all of the planners and the changes. This is like the foundational planner for me. And that's why I'm not sure if I'm going to make this more of a foundational planner, everyday planner. But for right now, I'm going to keep using this into 2026. And I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing before, which is putting my categories here and then writing out things that are pretty much priority, non-negotiable, absolutely must do. And I'm going to also do something similar here. So the categories that I have here, these are what, 7? And these are 8. So that works out. And I may start taking this spread and putting it here. I'm going to try that out and see how I feel about it. I'm not sure. I really don't want to come out of this planner. So if I feel like I just want to keep this, I'll find another thing for this. I don't want to put goals here because I don't prefer to write my goals out that way. Um, so we shall see. So everyday planner, this is my command planner, the central hub of it all. It has been going really good. I've been in it, and yeah, so it totally works out. And that's what I'm doing here. Okay. So this is just a stability planner, right? It's not something that I will change up much. My next planner that I'm going to show you is my finance budgeting planner. And I'm just going to be real honest. The budget has not been budgeting very well. I don't know what's I don't know what's going on, but I was using my Filofax personal Saffiano, and I think part of the thing or the issue that I had with it while I was in it, it was small. It was very small. I felt a bit squished, but because it wasn't a planner that I was in every day, I think I compromised and just said, well, it's okay. I'm not in it every day. It's just, when I need to do my check-ins. But I struggled with that finance planner, the inserts. It was truly a struggle. I was pushing through. I made it work, but I decided that come 2026, I cannot do budgeting in a personal size planner. I need more space. When it comes to numbers and stuff, I need space. So that tiny planner it wasn't working out. And I'm going to tell you that. So this is a happy planner that I had. I think I've had this for about 2 years. It's getting a little bit flimsy, as you can see. But again, I wasn't going to buy anything. And I have this on a reverse side. This is the front of the planner, but I don't know. I like this side. I like this color better. I have the budget planner from the Organized Money. I resized it into classic size because the letter size just way too big, way, way, way too big. Like I couldn't take something too small, but I didn't want like 8.5 by 11. That's just too big. It just takes up too much space for me. So I resized it, and I had some classic size happy planner paper already in my stash. And so what I did was I printed it on the paper that I already had. I didn't even use my printer paper I didn't use my regular printer paper for these inserts. I used my happy planner classic size inserts, and then just added the settings in my printer and printed on the paper that I already had, because I had these papers for probably about 4 years, and I really didn't have any intent on going back to a classic size planner. But I thought that my budget planner would be a good size for this. So this is something that I'm testing out as far as size and all those things. The layout works. The size I have to see, but I think it's going to be okay. I think this is a good size. So, and I went through a lot of work trying to get this printed on this classic size. This took me a couple of hours, but this is my finance track. I'm going to be using this, and as you can see, this paper here, different. This was dot grid paper. This was some happy planner paper, like just note paper that I had. It was 8.5 by 11. I cut it down, everything. There are other lines on here. I just really totally piecemealed this planner together because I just said, I'm going to use what I have. And so I have that. And then I had some notes, happy planner note inserts, page divider, and then I just kept the dashboards. And so this is 2024. So since I didn't use this calendar, I thought I'm not going to print another calendar. I'm just going to redate. And anything that I had not used, I tried to keep in the planner. And anything I used, I pulled it out and reprinted. So I have the monthly budgets, paycheck budgets, and then the expense tracker. And I wasn't using this planner clearly in the beginning of January. So what I was going to do is, I remember, for my expenses, my weekly expenses or daily expenses, instead of printing an expense tracker, I'm just going to use the paper that I never used, and I'm just going to redate and put my expenses here for each day. And that's how that is going to go, because I figured no point in reprinting since this paper has not been used. And then again, same thing for February. And then let's see. So I also didn't use the weekly inserts for February. So same thing, I'm going to track my expenses on there. And then in March, I did have to reprint a monthly spread. And I'm trying to see. So monthly, I think I started using this in March. So I don't have the weekly inserts. And I accidentally printed this upside down, but it didn't matter to me. I was like, I'm just going to turn it upside down and use it. I didn't want to do any printing. But nevertheless, that's what I'm doing. So as you can see here, where I have monthly expenses tracker, that's where I started using all of those weekly inserts. I didn't have anymore. And then here's somewhere I did have some. I had some weekly spreads that I didn't use. So this will be where I'll keep up with those trackers. So where I had weekly inserts that I didn't use, I didn't include an expense tracker. Where I do, the months where I do have an expense tracker, that's because I used the weekly inserts. And then I also have, okay, I only printed, I think up until about June. I have a little bit for July. I didn't print the month of July. And the rest of the months, I was honestly getting very worn out by the time I did. 'Cause I was printing these pages out one by one, refeeding the printer, printing the backside. It was a lot of work. I have these old papers here as well. And so when I print the August monthly spread and the monthly budget, paycheck budget sheets, what I'm going to do for these, because this was paper I had sitting collecting dust, is I'm going to use this as my weekly, and these are very nice, by the way, but I'm going to use this as my expense tracker each day and go with that. So that's my finance planner. I am hoping to get better use out of this. And then I have some leftover stickers, so that'll come in handy too. I can't say I'm excited about this planner, but but I am glad that I decided to upsize in my budget planner, so I feel like I have the space that I need. I'm glad that I use the paper that I already have versus the happy planner paper that I already had versus using my other HP printer paper and then having to cut and all that and punch. So I'm pretty glad about how I put this together. I feel good about it. I guess what I'm saying, I'm not excited, but I do feel good about using this because of the space and how I'm being resourceful. It's just, it helps. So this is my finance planner. I need to really be in this on 2026. Okay, so this notebook is my work planner. Well, I would say it's a work notebook. I don't really put any plans in here per se, but I've had this notebook for quite a while and I decided to pull it out. And here's the thing, I am not a fan of this notebook at all. I'm not a fan of it at all. However, for my work, because of the nature of my work, and my involvement, I need a notebook that is extremely expendable, meaning can pull paper out, shred it, because for the most part, I need to shred my notes. I'm not able to hold on to my stuff just to ensure I'm not leaving things around and for years or whatever, I have to shred my notes. And I shred them at work. So the work that I do, I mean, it becomes very outdated very quickly just because of the nature of the work that I do. So I didn't want to use a notebook that was, super high quality paper. I didn't want to use my cloth and paper. I didn't want to use my Erin Condors or my Filofaxes or anything because I'm like, I have to literally probably in 6 months, I'll have to get rid of it. So like this notebook I got from the dollar store and it worked out pretty good. It was blank and when I'm done, I'm gonna toss it. And it worked out really good. So this one, same thing. I'm gonna use it and I may change it. You never know. But for now, it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and start with this. I'll jazz it up a little bit and put something on it in front, just give it a little something to, so it's not so plain. But I'll just use this clip. Interesting, it says, I don't know if you can see that. It says look busy. So I think that would be pretty ideal for work, right? So I'm going to use the clip. I'm going to add some kind of decals or something on here. And because I don't need like a monthly calendar, I really don't. It's just really day to day taking notes, my schedule, writing that down. My schedule changes so much, so much. At one point, I was writing my schedule out for the whole week, and it was just so many changes. I was like, it's ridiculous. I'm not going to do that anymore. So this is my work notebook, simple, expendable. There will be no love lost, no heartache when I have to shred papers, no emotional separation or anxiety with this notebook at all. So that's my work notebook. Okay, moving on is mine, and you've seen this before. This is my if you can believe, Vision Affirmation Journal. If you don't have it, you need to get your hands on it. I will continue to use this right in it. This is my If You Can Believe Vision Affirmation Journal. You all know I'm big on vision, purpose, understanding your calling and capacity, and bringing out the vision that God has placed on your heart into your actual life. And so part of that is writing in this book and documenting your gratitudes and your intentions and your affirmations and really establishing what it is that you're expecting. So anyway, this is not a planner. It's a journal. It's a place to establish the vision in your heart, bring it to life, speak it, believe it, recite it, remember it, review it, all of those things. So if you don't have your hands on this, I suggest you get it. Very helpful. And then this is my continuation notebook. This is my Leuchtturm. This is my strategy, vision, purpose type of notebook. And I've had this for a while, but I didn't really start using it. I was on and off and on, but I'm going to continue to use it. I don't have many pages left here. So this will be over soon. And I have quite a few notebooks still that I have not used yet. So once this is over, I'm going to go back to my stash and pull out something else. I've been doing my paper Kanban boards in here. This is really great. A very great. I'm very much better with paper Kanban than Trello. I use Trello, but I also use paper Kanban. If you're all ever interested in how I do this, just let me know. But I do my quarterly, review goals and things like that, and do some of my tracking high level, not in the weeds, but high level on paper Kanban. But this is my strategy, vision, purpose notebook, set the tone kind of thing. So that's what this is. And then this is a perpetual planner. People love to put contacts in the back of their stuff. And, I don't, I just do not write contact information in all my planners. And we have phones. I have a separate planner, like a separate notebook for that. I don't know why people still put contacts in this stuff, but that's just my own thought. But I like this perpetual planner. I can also use this as a tracker. I was thinking because again, I'm losing some of the tracking that I was doing in my personal planner. So I may use this for some of my tracking, meaning can just draw some lines depending on whatever I want to track. Steps, it could be weight, it could be something else. I don't know, but that's, I think, what I'm going to use this for. And this is going to more than likely live, I guess, maybe inside here, maybe in the back. I'm not sure. This planner is so chunked out, but I think this is a great place for my steps. I like that it does have the dates in there, but the fact that it's every month here, this would be a great tracker for me to use. Thin, very easy to keep up with. And then last but certainly not least, and I think one of my favorites, this is a composition style notebook. I love it so much. I have not used this notebook. And this is my, bring y'all in a little bit. So this is a journal that I bought from Choosing Keeping when I was in London this summer. And I love it. I did a video. I think it was a London haul video. I love this so much. I love this so much. I'm in love. And it's blank. I like blank sheets of paper. I feel very free in it. Sometimes people struggle. I don't. It's going to be a journal. It's just going to be a journal, whether daily or whatever. It's just when I feel led to write, this is where it's going to be. Memory keeping, journaling, thoughts, you name it, that's what this is going to be. So nothing really to show because it's all blank, but the paper is very beautiful. And there's, it's just beautiful. How many times did I say that? And I love the color. It's really gorgeous. And it's like a fabric type, what is this, like linen and some type of fabric. They had so many colors to pick from. I was torn, but I love pink. I love it. It's very beautiful. And I really do wish that this could fit in here, but it's too big. It's too big. And I would like some type of cover on this because I'm afraid that the edges are gonna start getting kind of that brown, kind of dark, just where it may start to pick up a little bit of dirt. So I do want a cover for this. I think this is like it's not an A5 size. This, oh, let's see here. It's maybe, is it the same size? No, no. It's not composition size, but it's not A5 size. It's not an A5 size. I don't know what size this is. If you all know, please let me know. And if there's any type of cover that you could recommend for this, I would be very appreciative. A clear cover would be best so I can see it, but I don't want this to get dirty at all. And so yeah, that's what this is. Isn't it pretty? You can see it even has the pink edges and it's kind of like a little flower. It's very similar to the leaves here. It's very pretty. I don't know if you can see that good in there, but it is very pretty. It's a very beautiful notebook. I've probably said that 1,000 times. And last, I said last, but okay, this is actually last. This is, I think this is going to be my on the go planner because right now I'm using this. I just kind of updated the front of this. I was using the cloth and paper planner, like small travel planner. And this has been my on the go planner. I've been in it pretty consistently. I don't have many weeks left. So I don't really decorate it either. It's really just when I'm on the go, I throw it in my purse. I like how it was small, it was compact. My pin loop broke. This is what I'm using, and I think that flew off. I think I'm going to continue. I'm just going to finish this out. I'm going to finish this out because it's not a lot of weeks left, so it's no point in not finishing this out. I'll be done with that. I didn't use the months that much, so I may just push this to the side. But this is going to be my on the go. This is a Moleskine, just a yellow Moleskine. Hardly take it out. It's in there pretty snug. And I like it. It's nice. I like the paper. It's slim. It can take a good beating. And from Hide Mine, I got this on Etsy. And I like that it has the pin loop as opposed to this one, with the plastic. Sometimes you risk stuff breaking. And it's just very easy. And honestly, I don't do any planning when I'm out. I don't need a planner. I just need something to write in. And usually when I'm in my on the go, it's places that I actually need to go, appointments, and usually I'm putting in here things like grocery lists. For the most part, it's grocery lists, errands. Uh, yeah, that's mostly what it is. When I need to just take on right stuff, it's just a grocery list for the most part, or things I need to buy while I'm out. So this serves the same purpose. I got a lot of space in here. I stopped using this. It was in November of 2024. So yeah, I think I'm going to bring this back into the rotation because it's small and I don't have to worry about something chunking up my purse. I have big purses and I have some small purses, but I always want to have something that I can write in and I can say that while this has fit, this does take up a sizable amount of space in some of my little cute small purses that I have. And this one is, I guess it's slimmer. It's slimmer, shorter, little bit wider, but for the most part, this can take a beating and I think it'll be fine. So I'm excited about that. It says 2025, but this is my devotional notebook. You all have seen me talk about this notebook here. This has been in use. Didn't use it very much in December, but I'm going to keep this for now. I have not found a notebook that I want to use for my devotional writing because the notebooks that I have are just, it's not it. I don't know. But I'm going to use this because when I first bought this notebook, I didn't really start getting in it until about April. And so I was using it a little bit in January, this year that is, but because I wasn't in it that much, I am totally okay with redating this and just, kind of putting maybe some stickers over the areas where I was writing stuff down. And I'll just continue my devotional writing here up until I think March or maybe mid-March. And then I'll have to find something else. So in the meantime, this is going to stay in a rotation. It is an old notebook, but it has served the purpose. I like the full size 8.5 by 11. I prefer either spiral or book bound for my devotional writing because these are notebooks that I plan to keep. So I know I don't want rings and I know I don't want discs because I don't want to have to keep it on disc or rings to keep the stuff organized. I want to just be able to archive the notebook as is and I can put it away versus having to maintain it on rings and stuff. This is the whole setup. This is a setup and this may seem like a lot. Is it a lot? It seemed like a lot, but here we go. So as a recap, on the go notebook, my personal writing journal. This is going to be my vision, purpose, goal writing notebook. Forgotten to add this back in here. And this is my vision affirmation journal. So this is more of like this is more of like what's on my heart, whatever I feel like it. This is strategy, vision, purpose, goals, work planner, tracker, my everyday planner, financial budget planner, my command master planner, and my devotional notebook. And that's what we have. And I'm excited. So that's what I'm working with for 2026. And I am looking forward to diving into some new stuff, keeping up with some of the older stuff, and really seeing how the new year pans out with this planner system. So I hope that you are excited and ready to dive in. Get those visions written out, get the purpose and the calling that God has placed on your heart into your notebooks, into your planners, and start living it out. I'm super excited about what God is going to do because I know it's going to be marvelous. It's going to be wonderful. So until the next time, you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.